And the bell sounds the time where I'm going to be talking to the artists that have created this wonderful new installation here at Boojum and Snark on the Isle of Wight. And we've got Sarah Vardy.
Hello.
And we've got Teresa Grimaldi.
Hello.
And the title of the installation is, Teresa?
Simply Gallumphing Around.
Oh, well, have you got time to tell us a bit about the piece
Yeah,
and
so
how you got here?
Simply Gallumphing About is one of the lines from the poem by Lewis Carroll, The Hunting of the Snark, which really sums up the kind of joy and silliness of our starting points for the piece of work that we've made. And it's one of Lewis Carroll's portmanteau words, which means it's a combination of two different words sort of melded together. So it's a mixture of galloping and triumph, which kind of really brings about, for me, as images of silliness on the beach, nonsense, doing funny races and acting like a horse.
Yeah. And of course, the whole Hunting the Snark was a nonsense poem, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it all perfectly comes full circle.
Yes, yes.
So we gave you a brief to do some art here for us. Our first the part of the gallery that we've got going on here, because it's a regeneration project and art's a very important part of that. So I don't know if Sarah can tell us a bit about how you got this came to creation. I'm just going to pan back so people can see what we're talking about while you're telling us.
Well, immediately we knew we all wanted a boat. It's part of the poem, the tradesman venture out looking for the snark on a boat. So we immediately thought, we've got to get a boat. Went out on Facebook and put a post on, has anybody got any boats? And within about 10, 20 minutes, we've got several people offering their boats, some of which weren't suitable. We went and had a look at a fiberglass boat, and then we got pointed in the direction of a boat builder in Seaview that offered to give us this lovely hand-built boat. So we went over,
and that was Warren Boats,
yeah. In Seaview. Have to get his name in. And so as soon as we saw it, we thought, yeah, that is exactly what we want. And we knew that we wanted it coming out of the wall, and then everything of the installation was going to be coming from that. So Teresa and I were both process-led artists, which means that it's very experimental. Most artists are experimental, but we wanted things to just develop from that idea through as many different processes that were relevant to our work. Teresa's a brilliant model maker, puppeteer. I don't know how do you describe yourself?
How do I describe myself? I would say I'm an installation artist, theatre designer, background, puppet maker, conceptual artist in lots of ways, so it all kind of melds together in making things out of objects.
Our ideas tend to gravitate towards each other. We have the same ideas, but we have different processes of kind of working towards that idea. So for me, I'm a painter, printmaker. I like doing massive monoprints, textures, textiles. But the thing that came out for us is that we knew that you were going to concentrate on the tradesmen, the bees, and
the letter B,
and I was going to work on the idea of using print for the faces, which that stemmed from looking at kind of hot.
We wanted to get a sense of characters from times gone by, with some kind of link to Sandown and the nostalgia and Sandown as a resort in its heyday, and the kind of fun and excitement and silliness that was around at the time.
Yeah,
having fun on holiday.
Yeah, having fun. So those competitions. We loved the laughing competitions, the photographs from laughing competitions. The faces are fantastic. And you just know that when you're going to look at them, you're going to smile. So they were going to happen.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to kind of involve as many laughing faces as we possibly could.
Apart from Charles Darwin.
Yeah. Who's
Yeah, we spotted him at the top, the end there. Yeah, he's looks like he's in charge of the boat.
Well, he's got a very strong link to Sandown because he started writing the abstract for Origin of Species just up the road in the King's Head. And of course, he's kind of looking on at the rest of the silliness that's going on in the boat and just kind of observing, because he's the Origin of Species, you know, where have these people come from? Are they linked to dinosaurs or monkeys, and he's making a kind of scientific observation of what on earth is going on in the boat. That's how I like to see it.
And we've got Queen Victoria, who is actually one of the few pictures of her smiling. So
Of
she's not
course.
laughing.
So we say she is amused at
That
this.
is the nearest we got to Queen Victoria being amused.
Mm-hmm.
So, looking through a lot of old photographs and seeing, you know, is she ever going to laugh? And I think she is silently laughing, secretly laughing in this picture.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was a really nice process and research phase of getting to know some of the history of Sandown, getting to know where Lewis Carroll would hang out, just over the road, on the beach, where he was getting his ideas while he was making and writing the poem, and
He would spend hours out there making sandcastles himself, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah. So I mean, he was really enjoying being on holiday, relaxing but having fun at the same time, and getting all the ideas.
And I guess like life was much harder back then. So having your week away by the seaside, you really sort of squeeze every ounce of joy out of it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and sand is brilliant. So just getting covered in sand and spending time by the sea, and the whole idea of the boats that would be out on the beach for pleasure, and the
Bathing houses, bathing machines.
Yeah, I got really into vintage swimming costumes, looking at vintage swimming costumes, and just looking at the colours and the textures and things like that. Trying to, you know, we just managed to kind of condense our ideas quite quickly into, I mean, our original kind of drawings were very similar to how it came out, so we're pleased with the outcome, really.
I think I really referred to the poem a lot and started kind of getting obsessed by the fact that all the characters began with the letter B, all the trades.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to quickly pan up to the tops, because part of your installation you've got them depicted, haven't you? Their jobs.
All the
so
trades,
the fun
the
was
forks.
trying to make the complete crew out of the letter B's, which were the names of their trades. So you had the boots, the maker of bonnets and hats,
Baker.
Baker.
That's one of my favourites.
Billiard marker. I really liked trying to make a cue out of an old chopstick. Banker, beaver, the bellman, of course. And just seeing how much detail you could get into something that was ultimately a letter B.
Teresa is the star of getting the detail in things. Everything that she makes is the tiny little details that are fantastic.
But of course, there's more in the boat as well, isn't there?
There's
Inside.
a hidden story within the boat,
but
which might be another episode.
I would think so. Yes, on the story. Yeah.
So it's the scale. It's the life-size scale of the boat and the people, and the kind of small scale which can then be enlarged through shadow and can played with that real mixture of large and small and hidden and seen and half seen.
Because they
through
never
shadow.
did see the snark.
Yeah, so it's
sorry,
kind of-
spoiler alert.
Yeah. There's a lot of kind of what is going to happen.
Yeah.
When will they find this? What was this snark?
Yeah.
Was it a snark?
Yeah. And of course, the last part of the story is the poem is the vanishing as well, isn't it? So again, mystery abounds.
Yeah. So if it turned out to be a boojum, then the person who spotted said snark would vanish. So I don't quite know how we're going to make the baker vanish But we could do a puppet show.
We could do a
At some
puppet show,
point.
yeah.
Because what's really nice about the way we've rigged it is that it's a pulley system, which means, you know, at some point within the season, summer season, it could come down and the characters themselves could be part of an impromptu puppet.
That sounds great. Loving that idea. So, well, I just think you've just given us such a great background to not only the piece itself, but to your process and how you came to it. And yeah, we're looking forward to there's going to be another part of this this installation that's going to be going out into the community. So that's something I'm not going to spoil that bit for our listeners today and watchers. But yeah, of course, you've got strong local links, haven't you? It was worthwhile saying that, really, isn't it? You haven't just arrived here.
I mean, it's my history is very strongly sort of located within Sandown, because my mum was brought up here on a farm which is now the industrial estate where Cash and Carry is.
Oh.
And so she was always galumphing about on the beach and in and out of boats which look very much like this one. And I really took those old images of her and her friends as another starting point for the work. And that kind of layering of family history with local history and the history of photography was really exciting to kind of work with.
Because it's got that link sort of over to Dimbola and Lodge, I guess, doesn't it, to where Lewis Carroll was a visitor, and Charles Darwin as well, and Julia Margaret Cameron photographing them in sort of similar era.
Yeah, and of course Lewis Carroll was a photographer as well.
Yeah.
And
this was a
this
photographer's,
location.
this place was Rembrandt photography studio. So it's all lovely, all links and goes full circle. So let's wrap this up for now, but I think we'll do another piece talking about inside the boat, because I think that's really fascinating, and I tell them to go and look inside. They just like, they're so joyful at what they see. So thanks very much.
Thank you.